Hey, everybody, it's Ed. All right, let's go back in time a little bit. The year is 1981. Elvis has been gone for almost 4 years at this point. Actually, it might have been 4 years when this was released. But of course, Elvis was not recording any new material. So what happened was Elvis's longtime producer, Felton Jarvis, went in the studio, took a bunch of Elvis's vocals, wiped away all other backing tracks, instrumentation, voices, and everything else, and released it to hopefully catch what he wanted to call a modern sound for Elvis. So, what are we talking about? We are talking about this album. This is 1981's Elvis Presley, Guitar Man. Guitar Man. All right, so again, put together by his longtime producer, Felton Jarvis. Probably best for me to just read the back because it gives a good explanation of what this album actually is. So, written by Felton Jarvis, it says, these Elvis performances have been previously released, but his voice was somewhat in the background with strings and voices being predominant. I appreciate the opportunity to enable all who loved him to hear these wonderful vocals. As you listen, it seems as though Elvis has re-recorded these songs today, but actually the vocals are as originally performed. I know that Elvis would love it. We certainly hope that you do too. Yep. So, there you have it. Guitar Man, 1981 release. What songs are on here? Well, obviously, we do start off with the song, Guitar Man. And then going from there, we have After Loving You, Too Much Monkey Business, Just Call Me Lonesome, Love in Arms. Side B, You Asked Me To, Clean Up Your Own Backyard, She Thinks I Still Care, Faded Love, and I'm Moving On. So you may think to yourself, okay, these are pretty good song selection here. Be interesting to hear what Felton did. And essentially what they did was, like I said, they stripped everything but Elvis's voice from all the original recordings and re-recorded with new music to give it the updated sound of the time. Wow. So, what's my review of this album? Well, I'm kind of on the fence, but I feel like that on one side of the fence is like a pile of razor blades if I jump off, and on the other side of the fence there's a pile of hypodermic needles. So either way, if I jump off that fence, I am not in good shape. What am I really trying to say? I don't really like this album. I don't like it much at all. It barely ever hits my turntable. Actually, listening to it prior to my review was the first time that I've listened to this. I don't even remember the last time I put this on the turntable. Okay, similar to it was when I got the Too Much Monkey Business FTD LP. So whenever that came out and I initially opened it and listened to it, that was the first and last time I listened to that album. So essentially that would be, very similar to this because that's just an extended version, the FTD version of what this was. A lot of the songs, they have a very country-ish vibe, especially of that time. And what do I mean? Particularly, one thing that always annoyed me in any type of music or song was what I call the twangy guitar. That country twangy guitar. That sound just never appealed to me. I don't know what else I can really say about it. Now remember, people, this is just my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. This is my opinion. You may think that this is the greatest album ever, and more power to you. That's great if you do, all right? But this is definitely not my cup of tea. So I do not recommend this. But, I mean, if you want to go out and listen for yourself, absolutely, I would recommend you do that, and then make your own choice. But for my personal preference, I do not care for this album one bit. Is there anything on here that I can tolerate? No, no. And again, it's not Elvis's vocals. Elvis's vocals are phenomenal. However, I just don't. I don't like what they did with the backing music. It's just. I don't know. Again, you may have a totally different opinion in this, and I'd be really curious to hear what your thoughts are in the comments. But for my money, you know, I'm glad my dad got this back in the day, and I didn't have to go out and spend anything on it. So, there you have it. Did I show you the label? Probably not. Came in a plain white sleeve, nothing special. And then we have that wonderful black RCA Victor label, circa 1981. Here's side B. Beautiful. But I mean, this vinyl is in beautiful shape. It does play nicely, but unfortunately, the material on it, it's just something that I am not interested in listening to again. Yeah, so those are my thoughts, people. Let's see how this goes. All right, but I listen, I appreciate you watching. Again, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you love the album, let me know. If you really don't care for the album, let me know. I think a lot of you out there, though, have commented that you do enjoy this, and sorry if I disappoint, but I don't. All right. Again, appreciate you watching. Leave a comment if you'd like. As always, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Take care.